Race 3 at York Friday. It's a Group 2 Albasti Equiworld Dubai Gimcrack Stakes. Historic race for 2-year-olds over the straight 1200 meters. It is a real test of speed. The weather is pretty good. The ground is on the fast side. May the best horse win, and we have some good ones here. Number 1, Hartem, is experienced, proven pattern race performer, but he does have a penalty now for his Goodwood win. Action Point improved at Newbury last time. Emperor's Son, it's all about potential, but Richard Fahey really rates him. Further down, Johannes Brahms, Ryan Moore, Aidan O'Brien stepping up to 6 furlongs after a very good run at Royal Ascot. King's Gamble looked very good at Newmarket first time. Killian is perhaps the horse with most potential here if he's on his best form. Lake Forest was disappointing at a short price last time. Let's get into the galloping clues here. Killian is the obvious starting point. John Blance pick up on his dynamic Sandown win, which came in a well-run race at over 5 furlongs.
Yeah, and he came from off the pace there, and he absolutely killed him in the closing stages of this Dragon Stakes. And he's hit the overall speed figure that's, generally speaking, par to win this race, if you look back over the last few years. So if he gets a strong gallop to aim at, and with Action Point in the field and 1 or 2 others, he probably will. I think he's got a chance, maybe not of winning, but certainly being there or thereabouts. Yeah,
I think we saw a different Killian. Yes, it was 5 furlongs again at Goodwood, but Goodwood and Sandown 5 furlongs are very different propositions. And Killian just didn't look a 5 furlong Goodwood horse, taking off his feet early on in the Morecambe Stakes. He stays on strongly, despite getting slightly short of room. So Killian, with a rating of 103, has a very, very solid chance here. We move on from him to a horse who I don't think we've seen the best of yet. It's number 6, Johannes Brahms for Ryan Moore and Aidan O'Brien. We saw him running really well, second to high-quality horse Big Evs in the Windsor Castle Stakes. But first time out, John, take me through this performance.
Yeah, I like this fella. It was a good run at Naas. Wasn't a particularly great figure, but it was certainly a decent enough debut. His run at Royal Ascot was really, really good in the Windsor Castle Stakes. If you look at the breeding of this fella as well, Graham, he's not really a 5 furlong horse on breeding.
Agreed.
He wants a good bit further. So I think this is absolutely ideal for him. He stayed on really strongly behind Big Revs, as we like to call him, and I think he's got a massive chance here.
I do. I think he's really, really likely to improve quite a bit over 6 furlongs. Plenty of runners here, John. We've mentioned Killian. We've mentioned Johannes Brahms. If there's one other that takes your eye in the field, which one is it?
Well, there are 2. I mean, I thought Hartem ran very well at Goodwood. He was entitled to win that race, the Vintage Stakes. Obviously, he's back in trip here, which is a slight concern against potentially pacey arrivals on faster ground. But he's gone very well for quite some time now. He's been very consistent, albeit not quite top class. And Action Point was well behind Big Evs et al. And, of course, Johannes Brahms at Ascot. But as you said, it was an improved run subsequently. And I think if he gets loose on the lead, I don't think he'll necessarily win, but he might manage to sort of cling on for a place.
Good points. There's one other I'd like to highlight, and it's much more phone book rather than form book. Emperor's Son, disappointed in the Coventry Stakes at Royal Ascot, but I know that his trainer, Richard Fahey, still thinks the world of this horse, and he's expecting a much bolder performance this time around. Let's wrap up the Gimcrack, John. Your 1, 2, 3, 4, please.
Yeah, going to go with Johannes Brahms on top, the 6. 1 Hartem in there for second, very tough and consistent with a penalty, but I think he'll go well. Killian to stay on for third, and Action Point to maybe hang on to something from the front.
Yep, agree with Johannes Brahms. I'm going to go 6, 8, 3, 2 here. Johannes to blossom over 6. 8 Killian looks much more a 6 furlong York horse than a 5 furlong Goodwood horse. 3 Emperor's Son at a big price for third, and number 2 Action Point, speedy and progressive. 6, 8, 3, 2. Good luck in the Gimcrack.